welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. If you are new here, I'd like to welcome you. My name is Brenda and this is my Oliver. If you're returning, well, you know we love you. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting.
Okay, DIY number 1. So for this DIY, I took 2 of those hanging signs from Dollar Tree, connecting them with my giant craft sticks, wood glue, and hot glue. Just gluing that onto the back of them. And then I'm going to cover up the 2 middle holes using some spackling from Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to paint front and back with my Waverly chalk paint in the color Dusk. And then once that was all dry, I took these wood ornaments from Woodpecker Crafts and I'm going to paint them with my Snow White color. I am a Woodpecker Craft affiliate. I do have a link to them in my description box. If you're interested in ordering anything through them, I would appreciate it. So then once they were dry, I took my Mod Podge and I covered the front of each one of them with my Mod Podge, and then I just let that dry. And then I had these adorable rice paper snowman pages from decoppagenapkin.com, which I'm an affiliate to as well. And I laid it on my ornaments there, covered it with my parchment paper, went over it with my heat press, what I always do. And then I added some more Mod Podge on the top to give it that protective coat. Once it was dry, I went ahead and just sanded the corners so that that paper fit nicely on there. And then I took this brushed metal. It is in the color of brushed silver by Folk Art. I think I got this at Walmart, either Walmart or Hobby Lobby, one or the other. And I am just going to brush it on. Now this is very, very thin, so I'm going to end up doing 2 coats on each one there. And yeah, you'll see. I'm just going to, first I thought I was going to just brush it along the front part of my ornament, but then I ended up doing all around my picture, just like you see. And I really was kind of thinking about just going around the edge with this, but then I don't know, I remembered I had this. This is Extreme Glitter Silver by Folk Art. This I think I originally got it from Walmart and couldn't find any more when I ran out and ended up ordering it through Amazon. But this is really clear, but it has a real glittery look to it. So I just going to go over that first silver with it. And I just love that look. Anyway, so then once that was done, I laid my ornaments out on the boards and marked where I had them laid. Then I'm going to use my Titebond Quick and Thick multi-surface glue, and I'm just going to glue the back, or put it all over the back, and then add that to my sign in the pattern that you see there. And then these are so cute. And then I had this this word. It says Mary. It came from Hobby Lobby. It was like in their, I think, package section. It says something about package decor, something like that on the tag, but I'm just going to use that brush silver all over it. I'm going to do the same thing on this that I did on the ornaments with that, both silvers. I think I did, yeah. And then I took my Snow Tex, which I also got from Hobby Lobby, and you can get on Amazon as well. It's just cheaper at Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to go over the top part of my word and anywhere where snow would land if it was snowing. And then I'm going to take my Titebond glue here, rub it all around the back of it, and then I'm just going to glue that to the top of my sign, because these are just some merry snowmen. And then I got these little snowflakes from Amazon as well, and I'm just going to glue some all around my board. I just love the effect that it gave to my sign. And then I'm going to take some, this is some ribbon I got years and years and years ago when I lived in Oregon at a place called Craft Warehouse. I was doing making decorations for my mother-in-law's 85th birthday, and it was all winter theme, and that's when I got this, and it's been in my stash all this time, so I thought I would use this. So I'm just making some bows, doing the awareness ribbons, scrunching them up in the middle, using some of my silver cord from Hobby Lobby to tie around it, dovetailing the ends, and then gluing them on the top of each ornament. I'm going to take some more of that silver cording and just make some regular shoestring bows here. And then I'm going to just cut the tails down a little bit and glue that into the front of my little white bows that I made. And then I'm going to take one of those snowflakes and I'm going to glue it right in the middle of my bow. And then I'm going to take another snowflake and just glue it onto my little snowman signs. And then I'm just going to use some of that silver cording for a hanger. And this thing is so cute. I love how this came out. I hope you do as well. And here comes the reveal on that. And look how cute that is. I love this. Oh my goodness, it is just so stinking cute. I hope you like it as well. Let me know in the comment box below.
Okay, here we are, middle of October already. This month has flown by, and I know a lot of it is just because of those first 12, actually 13 days for me of crafting. Boy, it sure makes the time go by fast, but we still have a lot more ahead, and I cannot wait. I am so excited to start doing some gingerbread stuff, and I've got all kinds of ideas. So, I am excited, and I hope you are too. And I hope you guys are just having an amazing week and an amazing month of October. Man, Christmas is going to be here before you know it. In fact, in a couple weeks, I'm putting my Christmas stuff up, and I'm getting really excited about it. Yeah, anyways, so I just always like to stop in here and let my viewers know how much I appreciate you guys. You guys are just amazing, and I just thank you so much for showing up for me every time I have a video. And I know sometimes you guys miss a video or two and come back, and I appreciate that too. Just anytime you show up, it means the world to me, and I just thank you so much. And if you are new here, I would love it if you'd become part of our YouTube family by hitting that red subscribe button, and then make sure you guys comment, like, hype the video, share the video, all that fun stuff. So with all of that, we're just going to continue on with the video.
Okay, DIY number 2. So I have this roll. This came from a roll of vinyl. I'm going to mark the middle spot. I marked it, and then I'm going to use my box cutter to cut it in half. You could probably use a toilet paper roll or a paper towel roll. You could probably make either one of those work for this. But I've seen these all over Pinterest, and I just thought they were so adorable, and I really wanted to make some. So if you've seen them already, I apologize, but I just really wanted to make some. So once they were cut in half, I'm going to paint them with my Snow White color by Waverly. And then I'm going to use my pencil here to draw in their little faces. And I always like doing this just because I am not very good at drawing myself. I'm getting better since I started my channel, but I like to use that pencil so that way if I mess up, I can erase it and then go from there. Then I'm going to take my markers here, my paint markers, and I'm just going to trace out my outline and then color in those eyes there. Man, I have this really sped up, and look how slow it looks like I'm going. That's how careful I'm trying to be. So then I'm just going to make some little dots for the mouth for my snowman. I'm going to take my orange paint marker. It's a Posca paint marker. I'm going to just trace over the nose, and then I'm just going to color that all in with my orange color as well. And after I have that all done, I am going to use a little bit of blue to kind of help cover. I started thinking, oh, I think I added that black too high in there, but I just wanted a little line of blue just to give you a hint of blue in that. And then I'm going to take my white paint marker and make some little shadow dots in the eyes there. And then I'm going to take my glue, and I am just going to make all these little glue drippings from the top, my hot glue here. And I'm just going to go all the way around. I was really worried it was going to drip all the way down to my finger, but it didn't. So it started cooling right away. It didn't take very long for it to cool. And once it was cool, I took some more white chalk paint, and I'm just going to brush that white paint all over that hot glue. And then when I was done with that, I'm taking my Mod Podge. Make sure that your ink for the face is dry because you don't want to smear it. And then I'm going to put diamond dust all over this. Oh my goodness, you guys, these came out so adorable. I just love them. So I'm just going to brush this all around all of them. And then There we go. I'm just going to sprinkle that diamond dust. Now, if you've never used diamond dust, be careful. It is crushed glass, and so it can get a little pokey. I did have someone say they have one stuck in their finger, or a souvenir from it. So, yeah, be careful. So then after I was done with that, I took these snowflake ornaments from Dollar Tree. I'm going to cover or fill in the holes with that plaster or spackling, whatever it is. And then I'm going to paint it with my white. And then I'm going to just use my hot glue to glue those little snowmen onto the snowflake base. I'm going to take some of these come off of a candle wreath or candle ring, whatever you want to call them. I'm just going to hot glue them. Those are from Hobby Lobby. And then I'm going to take this ribbon. I'm going to make a finger bow. So I wrapped my fingers, and then I came between my fingers with the end and up around, and then tie it. I'm sorry, this was not a very good showing of how to do it. It's the same way I do the twine. It's just using ribbon. And then I'm going to dovetail the ends, which you just fold in half and cut at an angle. And then this ribbon, you guys this one came from Hobby Lobby. There's the spool is almost the exact same, and that came from Walmart. But I like the Hobby Lobby one a little bit better. It's got a little more green, but I think I'm out of the Hobby Lobby one. I don't know if they still have it. I hope they do, because I just love that ribbon. Anyways, I'm going to add some berries and a pine cone. And then I took 2 of these pails from Hobby Lobby. Not Hobby Lobby, Dollar Tree. Oh my goodness. I removed the wire hanger there, traced it out on some felt, cut it out, and then I also traced out that 3-inch wood round. I don't know. I'm confused what I did. Anyways, I'm tracing the middle part out again, and then I'm going to cut it the middle. Oh my goodness. I was too busy talking about the ribbon. I got sidetracked. Okay, so I'm going to cut the middle of this out, and then I'm going to sand those pails just a little bit, and then I'm going to wipe them off, and then I'm going to paint those and the wood rounds with my Waverly chalk paint in the color ink, which is black. Those little wood rounds, I did not paint the middle. I just mainly painted around the edges. And then I'm going to hot glue the wood rounds to the top of my snowman here. I'm going to take some Fix-All glue from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to put it around, leaving some spaces for my hot glue. And then I'm going to add my hot glue on those open spaces, because you really don't want those two to mix, because they cancel each other out. Then I'm going to put that on top of my wood round, and then I'm going to go around the pail with some more hot glue, and I'm going to add that piece of felt that I cut down, and I'm going to push it down into that hot glue. Then I took some more of that ribbon and I cut it in half, and then I'm using my lighter to kind of singe off the edges so that it doesn't fray. And then I'm just going to glue that on to around the hat, the top part of the hat. And after I have it all hot glued on, I'm going to take some of this red cording I get from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to add that to the bottom. You could still kind of see the edge being a little rough of that ribbon, and I wanted to cover it up, and it kind of matched the top part of that ribbon anyways. And then I'm just going to add some more of this greenery from the candle wreath from Hobby Lobby to the top of the hat, and another berry. Then I decided to take some Snow Tex and go all around the top part of the hat. I'm going to go around the brim and around the greenery pieces and everything. And then I'm going to add a candle. Now, most of these that I've seen on Pinterest don't have a hat. The light just sticks right in. Well, my little lights wouldn't fit in. The hole was just a little too narrow. So I thought, let's give them a top hat. And you guys, if you could find a black candle on that, it would be even better. I had one black candle and it was so cute. But I love how these came out. I hope you do too. Okay, it is a time for a celebration of your recreations. And look at all these cute pieces that Renee has made. I love her wreath with the teapot pouring down and their little hot cocoa. Oh, all of it's so cute. And then Nice Anita, she has been busy making all kinds of Halloween DIYs, and look at, she's been going crazy. And then Debbie, she's got these pretty little pumpkins that she made, and I just think they're really pretty. Debbie, thank you. And thank you, ladies. If you have a creation or a recreation that you would like me to showcase for you, you can send pictures to that email address right there, or you can send them to me through Instagram or Facebook Messenger. Okay, DIY number 3. So I'm going to take one of these 6-inch wood pieces. They were $4.99 last year when I bought them for 6, and they were 40% off, which makes them like 50 cents each. So I'm going to paint one of those and that snowflake from Dollar Tree with my white chalk paint. And then once it was dry, I'm taking my Mod Podge and I'm going to go over the front part of this wood round, and I got way too much Mod Podge on there. And then I'm just going to go over the ends of my snowflake with the Mod Podge. I'm not going to go over the middle of it, just the ends, just like you see. And to me, it kind of looks like bird hands or feet or something. Then I have this napkin that Kathy Jo shared with me. I cut it down. I laid it on my wood round once that Mod Podge was dry, covered it with the parchment paper to protect the napkin, went over it with the heat press to reactivate that Mod Podge so it sticks. Then I took this napkin that I got from Dollar Tree last year. I'm going to remove the backing. The bad thing about these is only half of them have the print, which I thought was ridiculous. But anyways, raise your prices and give us less. That's what they're doing. But I'm not going to complain anymore. I'm going to remove the backing from that, and I'm going to cut it down pieces to go all around the edges of my snowflake. And by the way, that napkin with the snowman, I did remove the back piece to that as well. Actually, there was 2 of them. But anyways, I'm going to do the same thing as I did with the other napkin and the rice paper. And then I'm going to do this on each one of my snowflakes. Then I just kind of trimmed the napkin down a little bit and went over it with my Mod Podge. I did the same thing with my other napkin on the wood round, went over it with Mod Podge to give it that protective coat and let it dry. Once it was dry, I took my lighter on this and just let it burn all that excess away. And then I just kind of used a little finger file here to just kind of get any extra pieces off of there. Then I took my wood round, I laid it where I'm going to place it. I'm marking it with my pencil, and then I'm going to put my Type Bond multi-surface glue all around that snowflake there. I'm going to use my finger to rub it all in, just to smooth it in so it doesn't gush out everywhere. And then I'm going to lay my, I paused there. I was talking to Kathy Jo while I was doing that. I'm going to lay my sign right in between those little markings. And then I'm going to take my red crimson chalk paint by Waverly, and I'm just going to go over each of those little white spots that was sticking out. And then I decided to take my snow text and go all around the edge of this sign with that snow text. You guys, I wasn't sure about this when I was putting it together. I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to like this, but I absolutely love it. I think it is just so adorable, and I think it came out, it's just so cute. Anyways, I'm going to go around the snowflakes with that as well. I took these 2 pieces of greenery. I got these from Amazon. I'm going to tie them together using my twine, and then I'm going to wrap it around the metal parts. And I'm doing that so that way I can glue stuff to it and glue this to my sign, and that way it will stick, since hot glue and metal don't work together. That's why I do the twine. So then I'm going to make a bow with this little gingham ribbon from Dollar Tree, just a regular shoestring bow, dovetail the ends, and I'm going to hot glue that to the front of my greenery pieces. And then I am going to hot glue it to the front of my sign here. And then I'm going to add just a couple little berries, one to each side of my bow. And I think I only add those 2, and then I think I'm just going to add my hanger. I poke a hole through that napkin and then just add some string or some jute twine for a hanger. I'm going to tie a knot once I get it the length that I want it, and then I'll tie off the excess, and I'm going to hot glue that knot to the back so you don't see it. And there it is. Oh my goodness, I just love how this came out. I hope you love it as well. Let me know in the comment box below. And you guys, I had to show you this picture. Oliver, I love the length of his hair right now because he's starting to look a little furry, but not too crazy. And he was rolling around in the bed the other day and looked at me like this, and I just was cracking up. I had to take a picture of him because he was so stinking cute. So I had to share that with you guys. Okay, DIY number 4. So I'm going to take some of these styrofoam balls from Walmart, and I'm going to brush some Mod Podge all over them. I have 6 of them I'm going to use. As you can see, I put a skewer in it to hold it. Then once I had it Mod Podged all over it, I'm going to dump it in some faux snow from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to make sure it is fully covered and then set it out to just dry a little bit. And then once I had all of them done, I'm going to add some hot glue. I probably added a little too much there because it's probably starting to melt my ball. But I'm going to take another ball and I'm going to put it through, not totally in the middle, just more off to the side. Now this one I did the same thing, but I wish it would have been a little bit more centered. But I'm going to put another one on, and then I'm going to put a fourth one. 1 to 4. I'm going to take that last 2. I'm going to put the skewer in. I'm going to cut it down. Then I'm going to put one, you'll see right there, and I'm going to cut that one down. I end up having to cut this one down shorter because it was too long, and then I poked it through and went, dang it. So I do end up in the long run adding a little hot glue so it doesn't move around. Anyways, I kept having to cut it down because it was too long. Okay, so then I took one of these. Now this was from those candle wreaths from Hobby Lobby. This was from a couple of years ago. This is how they used to have them. I don't think they have them like that anymore, but I'm going to use some of the wire that's on it, and I'm making some hands, and I folded that wire in half. I'm kind of twisted it and scrunching it together with my needle nose plier. Then I'm going to take another piece of that wire, and I'm going to after I twisted it around after the loop, I twisted a little bit more, and then I took some more wire and I made another loop, and I'm just squishing it together again. You guys, I played around with this a lot, and I'm sure you probably can't really tell what I'm doing. It's kind of hard. If you want to recreate it, just kind of make loops and squish them, and then twist and make another loop, twist, make another loop. It took me a while to figure out how to do this or how I was going to do it. I almost went back to Hobby Lobby to buy the ones that they already have made. In fact, they might have been better. So anyways, they came out okay. I should have probably made them just a little bit longer than I did, but they work. Anyways, once I had it, I twisted all the way down and then cut it off, and I made 4 of those, and then I'm just going to push them into some of them. One is going to have you're going to see 2 hands. The other 2, you're going to see 1 hand on each side. So if you haven't guessed, we are building a snowman. Now, this is not my original idea. I saw someone on TikTok do that. Now, I don't know if I can figure out a way to post that link, but it was so stinking adorable. I had to recreate it. So as you can see, I took some more wire and put it on the head of one of them. You'll see why here in a little bit, but I'm going to take some felt. I'm going to make a top hat. So I made a little circle there. I'm going to take some of it, hot glue it together. I'm going to cut out another little piece and hot glue that on the top. Then I'm going to take this round piece. I'm going to cut it slit in the middle. I'm going to glue that longer piece on top, and then I'm just going to glue that all together. The reason why I glue that slit was to go over that dowel or the skewer that was coming out of the top snowman. Then I'm going to wrap this cording around it, and I'm going to add some little pom-poms to that wire on the second one so that it looks like it has earmuffs on. I do that to the bottom one as well. I decided to just give the bottom one earmuffs. I decided to just go ahead and take some of these bows from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to glue them on. You could make a scarf if you want. That's what the original creator did, and she made some scarves. But I was kind of in a hurry. I'm just going to make a face here, and then I'm going to use these little resin noses that I got from Amazon. My mom is going to have surgery again tomorrow, and we just found out today. So I was trying to hurry up and get this all done so that I could get it uploaded for you guys for tomorrow. So after I got the 3rd snowman's face done, I'm going to take some of this slick, what is that? Puff paint. I just put a whole bunch, and I'm just going to cover that little wood piece that I glued it on. Now these little wood pieces came from Hobby Lobby. You could use the ones from Dollar Tree. I took these little cute cardinals that I got from Amazon and glued one there. I'm going to take some bells, and I'm going to add some of the little cord that I use from Hobby Lobby, tie little loops, cut little and tie knots. And then I'm going to add one to two of the snowman's hands. This is a tree that I got last year from Temu. I think it was last year. I'm just going to glue that on. And then this is a little snowman that came from Hobby Lobby. So I just kind of dressed it up a little bit. But oh my goodness, I just love how these came out. Oh, if I can link the other one in the description box so you can see it, I will. But oh my goodness, this is just too adorable. Okay, here is your final reveal. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm going to try my hardest to have a video for you on Sunday. My mom should be back home on Friday, so hopefully I'll have some time to get another video done for you. If not, then it'll probably be Monday, so look forward to that. So with all of that, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.